Hi there, viewers. Welcome to my views and news. Thank you for joining the live chat session. Good to be with you. This is first chat of the week. We have three live chats a week starting from Friday. Always good to be with you in these live chats. Let me welcome the participants. Then three main topics. Can you hear me? Thank you. Let me welcome the participants first. Dark Star, first viewer, is always first to ask questions to. He says, Sadid Jawar misunderstands Ethiopian politics. No one outside the system has ever had real power. Abiy rose within EPRDF, while Jawar lacks that insider knowledge and influence. Interesting input, by the way. Darkstar said Jawar made the same mistake with Hero, thinking he had real power. Even if he gets TPLF and others, they will overthrow him because they have real internal power. Okay, I'll respond to it. Every Dom says, Hello Sajid, don't you think it's suicidal for Jawar to work with TPLF knowing they are disturbing history with his political base? Yeah, important comment from you. I'll respond to it as well. Uh, Horner K is the third one who joined. Shafo, well joined. Shafo is a member too. Special welcome to you, Shafo. He says, Hi, Sajid and followers. How are you, Shafo? Simon Tisfai here. Brook Kasaye here too. Jimenez Siom says, Please, you are late. Yes, I am late because I was working on a new story about OLA's attack in North Shore. That is why it took me some time to start the live chat. My apologies. We have Ahmed Gadi, another member. Special welcome to you, Ahmed Gadi. Hope you're doing fine. Abe Mado is commenting about Munimun. He says, Why is that Munimun is missing Yamasgan? He mentions him on a comment almost daily. Yeah, uh, it seems to be a love and hate relationship. By the way, Oni has been very critical of me. If you see his comments of last year, he was staunch critic of Sajid. But gradually, I think we understood each other. Yamasgan is very emotional. Yamasgan not happy with me as well. He said goodbye to the channel. I miss him too, by the way. I wish he could be back because those people who have strong views, it's good to talk to them because sometimes we correct ourselves by talking to the people who have strong views on some issues. It's not that they're hardliners, but they have some special affiliation with a cause, with a group, with an individual. It was always fun talking to you, and I miss him too, by the way. Maybe Mooney misses him more. Uh, Chernat Toge says, yes. Asandro, can you compare the military strength of Fano and Ola? Some videos on that last year, remember. But yes, you're right. We should do some fresh videos because a year has passed now. Both can be compared now. I'll do a video on this. Elim Gizao joined to welcome Elim. Elim is a member too. How are you, Elim? Mike Bravo here. Jafar Jamal. Lily Haley joined after some time. Says Happy New Year. Hope you're doing fine, Lily. Lily is also a member. Good to see you in live after a long time. Amora Era joined too. Amora is also a regular viewer. Welcome, Amora. Freedom is not free. Join as well. My life says, Sajid, kaise ho? I'm fine. This is how Yamasgan used to address me in Urdu language. So we are definitely missing Yamasgan. Gilana Ajama says, welcome back. Hermon Johannes says, hello, Sajid. Galalo Dugassa says, Jawar's alliance with TPLF, Debretsion wing probably signals Jawar's desperate move. Interesting. Freedom is not free says, Sajid, what do you expect about TPLF and federal government finally? So many questions, and I just wanted to start speaking on the three topics. Mamu Kailo says, Mooni is a paid PP agent. He never hides his affiliation, by the way. He backs the government. He says that this government perhaps is the best for Ethiopia. Uh, just like Yemaskan backs Swano. These people have very strong views about the side they support. Moyuddin here, Brian Ipsa, Mengistu Kitilla, Groom Johannes A, Ahmed AJ, Samson Mihari. Welcome to all of viewers. I think I should just give a brief of today's three news stories. Then maybe I should take your questions today because so many questions, interesting questions about Jawar, about TPLF. So, what do you people say? Jafar says Mooni is a very wealthy Wall Street executive, does not need payment from people. I know about his financial position. I did not want to disclose it, by the way. It's not good. But I agree with you that he's financially very stable, very well off. Okay, let just give me a few minutes. I'll have a brief look at the three topics, and after that, I'll take your questions and comments. You can ask questions about the three new stories too, or whatever questions you have. Let me start yours. Just give me a few minutes. Uh, Firstly, Oromo Liberation Army, it seems, is focusing on Shoa because Shoa was led by Shoa Ola was led by Sani Nagasa. Sani Nagasa has surrendered now, but fighters of Sani Nagasa are still fighting Oromo Liberation Army of Kumsa Dereba. So in Shoa, Ola has launched several attacks in the last few days, and assassination attacks are being launched by Kumsa Dereba in Shoa. I did two videos a few days ago. I told you about attacks on Prosperity Party officials in North Shore. And this morning, on Friday morning, Oromo Liberation Army fighters killed three Prosperity Party leaders, government officials of Wareda level. Yaya Guele is the name of the district. It is situated in North Shore zone of the Oromia region. They were killed this morning. So Ola in Shoa is not tolerating any Saniya Nagasa men or any Prosperity Party members, government officials who are actively supporting activation of Saniya Nagasa group against the Oromo Liberation Army. That is why a deadly and brutal offensive is underway by Ola in Shoa. And so far, we have seen the most assassinations in Shoa in the last 1 month or so. So this is now Ola's stated, confirmed policy to kill each and everyone in Shoa who is supportive of Saniye Nagasa group and who is working to mobilize Saniye Nagasa fighters against Kumsa Dereba. Jal Abdi, by the way, is now Shoa Ola commander. Jal Abdi replaced Sani Nagasa. Sani Nagasa is now on government side. Now Abdi, Jal Abdi is leading Ola in Shoa. Very nice guy says, did your Oromo wife teach you how to speak the Oromo language? My wife is not Oromo, come on. Secondly, viewers, TPLF Debretsion wing chief Robson Gabriel Mikhail is now openly saying that the military is with him, his faction of the party. He gave an interview, and the interview has been leaked now. It has been published now, you can say, and he can be heard clearly saying that military is supporting the position of TPLF Debretsion. And secondly, he urged military to dismantle interim setup. He basically asked military to restructure interim government. Basically, he wants military to play its part in removing Getachew from power. And thirdly, he said that there is no neutrality. There is no thing as neutrality. Military should support TPLF because it is uh, TPLF's position is right, and the other side is working against the interests of Tigray. Now, both parties, Getachew and Debretsion, are dragging Tigray's military in politics. If Tigray commander, uh, TSF commander, where they suddenly takes over, then no one should complain. And neither Debretsion nor Getachew should complain because they are themselves, both of them are dragging military in politics. They want where are they on their sides. It means they are paving the way for the entry of military in politics. On federal level, Abiy is trying to keep military away from politics. He Maskaram says, "Hi Sajid, bring your Maskan back. I miss him like Muni Muni." I miss him too. I don't have. Okay, I'll send him an email. I'll try to contact him. I think I do have his email. I'll try to contact him. I have been sending a message to him if he's watching that people miss him. So he should be back. We have University Abreha as well. A member. Welcome, University Abreha. So they are dragging both the parties, Debretsion, Getachew, dragging military in politics. Military's political role should be denied because on federal level, Abiy built Republican guards. Why? Because he wanted to protect the government from coups. But in Tigray, military is being encouraged to be part of politics. It should not happen, by the way. Thank you. Tell the truth. Says Happy New Year, Sajid. Happy New Year to you and to all the viewers. Lastly, viewers, interesting development. An Eritrean viewer contacted me. He said, Sajid, do you know what Russian ambassador to Ethiopia say yesterday about access to sea for Ethiopia? Russian ambassador to Ethiopia talked to an Ethiopian news source and he backed Ethiopian case for access to sea. He said Russia backs Ethiopian desire to gain access to sea and Russia would support Ethiopia. He said, Sajid, isn't Russia an Eritrean ally? And Eritrea has not officially backed so far Ethiopian position of access to sea. Rather, Eritrea says that under international law, like other landlocked countries have access to sea, Ethiopia can do the same too. Ethiopia wants more, but Russia seems to be backing Ethiopia on this issue. Russia should back Eritrea because Eritrea is Russia's closer ally. Why is Russia backing Ethiopia? Interesting point made by this viewer, but I think Russia itself wants access to sea. Sorry. It wants deployment of its navy in this area, in the Horn of Africa. It has been in talks with Sudan to establish a naval base, talks ongoing for years. And still, it's not confirmed if Russia will be able to build a naval base because Americans oppose that. It has been in talks with Eritrea as well for access to a port in Eritrea. It worked on Massawa port, I think. So it cannot technically oppose Ethiopia's case for access to sea, because if it does, then it will also lose its case for access to sea or deployment to sea in the Horn of Africa. Quickly, I summed up the three topics because you were asking so many questions. Now you can ask questions. I'm here and I can read your questions and comments. Mira Korchach joined too. Mira is also a member, says Asab's battle was decisively won by EDF, Eritrea, while negotiations were ongoing in Algiers. Mengistu Katila says, how far you know about Ethiopian politics, past and present? If you don't know about this too, you don't know Ethiopia. So you need to stop mass our country. Well, Mengistu, if I don't know about Ethiopia, then you should not watch me. Or you should let me know Ethiopia. You should help me know Ethiopia. I see myself as a student. I don't see myself as an expert. I am just a learner, a student. It's a journey of exploring a country, exploring a region for me, which I am on. Eritrean Post says, when did Russia said Russia supports Ethiopian MOU or a claim of annexing Assam? I did not say that Russia is supporting the MOU or claim of annexing this Assam. Mamu says, Sajid, do you think Jawar can unite Ethiopia? Important question, viewers. Let me link this question to another question, which was asked by a viewer about TPLF, Jawar alliance, and what could be its impact on Jawar standing in Romeo. Can Jawar unite Ethiopia or not? Well, I believe that this thought that only Abiy can keep Ethiopia united, I think people should rethink. Most Abiy supporters say that who will replace Abiy? People want to remove him, but who is there to replace him? As if he's the only one who can lead the country. This is what happens when leaders don't allow other important politicians to emerge. Jawar is an emerging politician in Ethiopia. He's not alone. There are others too, by the way. Jawar is one of them. So people should not just pin all the hopes on Abiy that only Abiy can solve all the problems. Let Abiy be challenged by others. That is how Abiy will improve. That is how Jawar will improve. I think it depends upon what Jawar wants to do. If he's really committed to dialogue, committed to peace, committed to nation building, obviously he can perform. But I think one man in Ethiopia cannot bring about a change. There are so many players in Ethiopia. And one viewer pointed out about Jawar's lack of knowledge about internal politics. Yes, you're right. He has never held a position. He was not a politician, basically. So it will take him time to learn. If today he becomes the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, obviously it will be a learning for him. It will take he will take some time to know what he should do, what he's supposed to do. But if people who have not been part of dirty power play, if they come to power, sometimes they bring about change and sometimes they prove to be complete failure. Jawar will have to learn on the job because he does not have an experience of being in an official position. As regards the question about Jawar's standing in Oromia if he reaches a deal with TPLF. It's very important point because still Jawar's strength is Oromia, and he'll have to be very careful. Maybe at some point in future he can think of forming an alliance with TPLF, others. Right now he's focused on Oromia. That is why the videos, almost all the videos he is sharing are from Oromia. He wants to activate Oromo youths. Once he returns, if he manages to return, then in the name of nationalism, he can talk to other leaders, he can talk to other parties. Groom Johannes says, I expect Abiy and Amhara alliance in near future. Well, I don't think so. Why? Because Abiy's support base is also Oromo. Abiy can never uh, form a strategic alliance with Amharas because that could damage his acceptance in Oromia. I think both are fighting for Oromia. Both want to dominate their positions in Oromia. And the one who emerges as the winner in Oromia can then form alliance with others. But their main fight, I believe, is for Oromia. Ephraim Tiswai says, Sajid, what will be the relation between Eritrea and Ethiopia in the future? Still the same? Well, no signs of any improvement because Eritrean government, Eritrean president does not see Abiy as reliable. Eritrean government wants Abiy gone. And Ethiopian government, you know what this government is doing? It is backing Eritrean opposition groups. That is why you'll see more tensions, more conflict, no signs of any rapprochement in coming days, I believe. Very nice guy says, do you think Jawar Mohammed is a Prime Minister material? Well, what is a Prime Minister material like, by the way? I mean, what should be a Prime Minister like? If you ask me, I'm not talking about just Jawar or Ethiopia. A man who has financial integrity should be the Prime Minister of a country. Because in the end, religion is people's private matter. Whatever our private lives are private lives of ours. People should have nothing to do with that. What matters more is financial integrity. If a leader is not corrupt, if he has some principles, some morals, he can transform his country. But if his financial integrity is doubtful, he can make a mess of the country. It means that he'll back those people who will support his financial crimes, his corruption. For me, there are other characteristics too which leaders should have, but I believe the most important characteristic is financial integrity. Messi joined too after a long time. Messi is also a member. Messi says, Isaias launched Abiy at TPLF to kill off Ethiopia. Well, I think both Abiy and Isaias wanted to crush TPLF because TPLF was not just willing to be restricted to Tigray. TPLF had ruled for 3 decades. Both wanted to crush TPLF. TPLF has been considerably weakened. It's no more a threat to Addis Ababa. Maybe it's not an imminent threat to Asmara. To Asmara partially achieved its objectives. Prosperity Party as well partially achieved its objectives. Now TPLF is fighting for internal unity. Alim says, are you implying that Prosperity Party committed financial crimes? No, I'm not saying that, Alim, but I'm just talking about a general characteristic which leaders should have. Marcus joined to welcome Marcus. Alim says the assassinations catching up to Fano. Yeah, I think Fano committed assassinations more in recent months, in the last 1 year in Ethiopia. Now OLA is also upping the ante by resorting to assassinations. He says, Sajid, will Assad be the reason Eritrea getting decimated? Are you saying Ethiopia will attack Eritrea to gain control of Assad? Well, I did a video on that, and my position is very clear. People are building this imaginary analysis that Ethiopia is planning to take Assad and it will attack Assad, maybe not today, in future. I don't see it happen, by the way. I don't see it happen. Uh, Ethiopia is not planning to invade Assad. It wants access to sea through neighboring countries, whether it's Eritrea, whether it's Somaliland or Somali or Djibouti. It wants commercially viable long-term sea access. It wants to use its bigger uh, status in the Horn of Africa to gain access to sea cheap. It has to pay to Djibouti billions, so it wants cheap access to sea. I don't see Ethiopia invade Eritrea for us. You never know about future, but signs are not there. I mean, now any sign that Ethiopia is planning to attack us. I did a video on Ethiopia building a million army a few days ago. And my conclusion was that the buildup of the military is related to internal security situation in Ethiopia. Obviously, we don't know about future. In future, maybe Ethiopia could be challenged from abroad too. But right now, Abiy wants to crush Fano and Ola too as well. But he'll just uh, take this instability in Amhara, in Oromia to the election. You won't see any resolution to conflict in Amhara, in Oromia till election, because he will try to hold election in an atmosphere of instability. That will suit him to be re-elected easily. He can use forces to and after election, we could see change in Abiy's position towards Fano, towards all I believe. Average Dom says, do you think Abiy is corrupted? I know he's not, but I wanted to hear your opinion. I don't know about his corruption because I have no evidence, but his priorities are not right. I said that last year too, for 3 years I've been saying that. Infrastructural development does not lead to real progress. It's superficial development. Ethiopia will start developing the day its people start developing, the youths. Are Ethiopian youths now more educated, more skilled, more technologically advanced? If PM Abiy has managed to achieve the target of producing more skilled, more educated youths, it means the direction is right. Youth is the future. But if is only focused on building a palace, widening the roads, building resorts, then basically direction is not right. In the long run, you will see no change. This is how I see prosperity and development, which Abiy is very excited about. He believes he has achieved in Ethiopia. I don't know about his personal corruption, but direction that he has taken is not right, I believe. Ming Han joined too. Welcome, Ming. What did Siom say? Siom says, Mamu says, Siom Tishome was talking about Sadid yesterday about the Million Man Army. What did he say? I don't watch anyone, by the way. I don't know what these Ethiopian YouTubers say about me, about Ethiopia, because my coverage of Ethiopia is purely based on my understanding of the things happening there. That is why my analysis is different, mostly not influenced by their opinions. And it's because I don't know the local language. Adam joins, says, hello, Sajid, how are you? I'm fine, Adam. How are you? University of Bihar deleted a comment. DW Ethiopia is saying Ethiopia should invest in the Afar people if it wants any chance at Assad. Ethiopian government is investing in Afar, but not on Afar people. The SADO is active. I told you about EAC, Eritrean Afar, EANC, Eritrean Afar National Congress, I think. It inaugurated its headquarters in Samra a few days ago. I did a video on that. So two anti-Eritrean government Afar organizations are being reactivated in the Afar region of Ethiopia. Thank you, LM, for buying the super chat sticker. University of Brea says, why is Abiy not interested in making peace between two TPLF? Well, why should he be interested, by the way? Why should he be interested? Uh, he wants to reign in TPLF. It was TPLF which fought against the government, federal government. If TPLF is given full power in Tigray, again that TPLF could wage another war on Addis Ababa. So ideally, he would like to weaken TPLF. He would like to split. He would like splits in TPLF. And without, I think, Abiy's intervention, TPLF divided itself. So why should Abiy unite it? If TPLF is united, it might challenge Abiy tomorrow. So it makes sense that he will not play any key role in uniting TPLF, because the same TPLF which fought him could ignite another conflict. Ming Han is asking about Million Army, about its ethnic composition. General Kamsa says, I told you a year ago that we are building a million army. You brushed it off as rumors. Don't think it's to combat Fanu and Ola, it's to protect our interests. What are your interests? What are Ethiopian interests? Uh, so, a million army can protect Ethiopian interests uh, externally, while internally the country is facing so many conflicts. You know, I think where military is deployed in Ethiopia now, in Amhara, deployed, large scale deployment. In Oromia, deployed, large scale deployment, fighting against Ola. Now being deployed in Somali region too. Go there. Where was PM Abiy today? He was in Gode today. Somali region of Ethiopia. New military base being established there. Sudan, deployed there too, on the border. Tigray, deployed there too, on the border. Military is very overstretched in Ethiopia. It should stop, because if a million army is raised by Ethiopia, government will have to pay the army as well. Main portion of the budget will go to military, and military spending and spending on infrastructure. You'll see two major heads in your budget. Is this the way to develop, that you spend a major chunk of your budget on military and on building roads? JY77 says your live chat program should be more planned and specific to timely agenda as well. The way you present the content should improve from time to time. Well, what should I do? Just give me a suggestion. Should we choose a topic in advance? What should we do? What's your suggestion? University Abraha, any news between two channels from Sudan? I think no major development. I don't follow it, but I think there's no major development. So it's still ongoing. The war is still ongoing. Sudan is a very complicated civil war. And I don't think you'll see complete peace there in coming months, because internally so many players are involved now. It's not just between two generals, by the way. Uh, Al Burhan is supported by several militias, religious, ethnic militias. It's backed by, he is backed by Eritrea as well, Eritrea training Sudanese fighters, Egypt supporting Burhan, RSF supporting, RSF being supported by UAE, by Chad, Turkey ready to mediate, Americans involved, to Russians providing weapons to Al Burhan, Iran providing weapons. So you see so many players, and it's becoming, I think, messy. Gale says, what is happening on Pakistan-Afghanistan border? I don't know. Wolven Heart says, I doubt it was security or police in Aksum. Sounds like civilians. If Varade can't handle it, then he can request help from higher ups. Are you talking about the hijab dispute there? KO says, how can Ethiopia remain peaceful taking Assam from it? Yes, this is the point, KO, that there'll never be peace. That is why it would be suicide to just think that Ethiopia can take control of Assam when there'll be just peace between the two countries. It's a recipe for prolonged conflict in the Horn of Africa. TE says, do you think Jawar is better for Eritrea relations? Well, anyone except Abiy is better because Eritrea has decided, Eritrean government, that Abiy is not reliable, that Abiy should not be trusted. So if anyone replaces Abiy, I think Eritrea might review its relations with Ethiopia. Yes, question about Framajo, will he return to power? Well, election in Somalia used to be indirect election. Uh, Tribal leaders used to play main role. Now Hassan Sheikh is experimenting with one person, one vote system. For the first time in Somalia's history, this one person, one vote election will be held. Am I right? Is it the first time in Somalia's history or in recent history? So things will change, I think. We'll have to wait to see how this experiment works. Regional governments are rejecting this model. You saw that Jubaland held indirect election, not one person, one vote. Puntland not happy with this electoral format as well. So I think it's too early to say if Farmajo will return or not. But Hassan Sheikh could not bring about any major change, I think. Fight against Al Shabaab ongoing, like it has been ongoing for years. His government did not record any major success against Al Shabaab. Yes, one thing which will be on his credit is that he stopped Ethiopia. Ethiopia wanted to implement MOU with Somaliland, but he managed to stop Ethiopia despite being in a weak position. And one criticism which he'll have to face is that he uh, gave away Somalia's resources to Turkey. Scared of Ethiopia, he signed deals with Turkey, and deals have not been made public. But it has been said that Turkey will be now, it will get a share of whatever it is extracting from Somalia's waters. Zakir Naik says, Salam Sajid, just open my YouTube and very quick to listen to your new story. Thank you, Zakir. Abdi Fatah says, do you expect the army group in Somali region is crossed from the Somali land, or are they from clan Somali region? We're talking about what happened in Davle, I think. Ethiopia, I mean, Somali president Mustafa formally accused Somaliland that that Somaliland police militias interfered in Somali region of Ethiopia. What I am aware of is that yes, some people from Somaliland did enter Somali region of Ethiopia. Were they just elders or fighters too, or were they members of security forces too? It's not clear. But yes, people arrived in Somali region from Somaliland. I think tribes support each other. It's very normal. So maybe some clan members from Somaliland, they supported their fellow clan members in Davle in Ethiopia. And then was Thaumer launched an operation that led to start a fighting there. But it was very unfortunate, by the way. Unfortunate for Ethiopia's one relations as well. Alim says, so is it official from my views and news? Ethiopia has been stopped. Stopped from doing what? University Abreha says, how do you see Ethiopian economy? Well, economy is not my subject, honestly. It's a very complex subject. But I think that 2026 or 27 will be deciding year. Now, IMF money is pouring in, World Bank money pouring in, so no problem. But when Ethiopia will have to return the loans, then we'll see what happens. And if this money coming in Ethiopia does not lead to any major growth, GDP growth, export growth, then maybe after 2 years, Ethiopia could be in real trouble. We could see more inflation and more. And before that, I think Abiy will hold election. Maybe he'll hold election early, I think, at the end of last year, maybe as early, because 2026, especially its middle part and end part, could be problematic. So he would like to hold election while there is insecurity and while there is relative uh, economic uh, stability. Because 50 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat. It was good to be with you. I am with you. I've been with you for 50 minutes, and it's as if I just joined off a few minutes ago. Thank you, viewers, for being a part of this wonderful engagement. I'll be back tomorrow. It was good to be with you. You can suggest topics for live chat too, by the way, because a viewer complained about the format. You can suggest how we can make live chat more inclusive and more appealing for viewers. You can send me email to my Gmail ID SAGID672000. I am always quick to respond to emails. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you, University Abreha, LM, others who are members, and thank you those who are not members as well. It was a pleasure to be with you. I'll be back tomorrow for the second live chat of this week. Till then, bye bye.